Hello everyone and welcome back to Beatley Tones Beatles channel. Lovely to have you here. Thanks for joining me for this video. Hope you're all doing well. In today's video I'm going to be doing a review of this album, John Lennon Mind Games Meditation Mixes. Once again I'd like to thank the John Lennon estate for sending me this wonderful gift. I really do appreciate it, so thank you very much. Now what I'm not going to be doing in this video is showing you everything that is contained within the album, because I have already done an unboxing video. If you missed that and you want to watch it, there will be an end card at the end of this video, so you can just click on it and go and watch the unboxing. But I will say now that the whole presentation and packaging and artwork for this album is superb. The vinyl is absolutely gorgeous, and I might show you a bit of that in this video. But when I did that unboxing video, there were quite a few people that mentioned they were really looking forward to the review of it, because they weren't sure whether or not this album was for them. So I hope that this video will help them make a decision. But there was also quite a few people that didn't really understand what this album was. So just to be absolutely clear, I mean, a lot of people thought that this was going to be like a meditation mix for every song that is on the Mind Games album. That is not the case. This album is remixes, meditation remixes for the track Mind Games. Lots of different remixes just for the track Mind Games. So you won't be getting a meditation mix for Intuition or Bring On The Lucy. It's just everything here is Mind Games. Now I think that when you approach this album, you can't really approach it in the same way that you would approach a pop album, and that makes it quite difficult to do a review of it. For example, I don't think in the future, YouTubers that are doing ranking videos for John Lennon's solo albums will include this album in their ranking videos in the same way as they won't, as I didn't, include Two Virgins, Life with the Lions and the Wedding album, because it's very difficult to compare avant-garde music to pop music. And although this album isn't avant-garde music, it's kind of ambient music, and for the same reason it's difficult to compare something like this to, well, the Mind Games album for a start. So it is very different. So the purpose of this album, and I also would like to say, I do think it's really good that Sean, this has been a sort of a pet project for Sean Lennon, and I do think it's really good that he is trying to do something positive for people's mental health, because this is what this album is for. This is an album that, if you meditate, this is something that you can meditate to. If you don't meditate, like someone like me, this is the sort of album that can help you relax. If you're tense or irritated or whatever, you can put it on, you can turn the lights off, close your eyes and let the music sort of wash over you. And it's a different sort of album. If you were hoping that this album was gonna, get you up playing air guitar or dancing, it's not going to do that for you. It's not going to do that for you. And if you are someone who meditates, then you're going to love this. If you're someone that loves, that does meditation and loves John Lennon, you're going to love it even more. But for those of us that don't do meditation, this album can be used to relax yourself. Now, I don't think this is an album as I say, it's a triple album. This isn't an album that you're going to listen to 6 sides of on the bounce. I certainly didn't listen to it that way when I was, listening to it for the purposes of this review. I listened to it in chunks, and I think that, I might be talking from a standpoint of ignorance here, because I'm not someone who meditates. But I think if you are going to meditate to this, then you're probably going to pick maybe a side or 2 or 3 tracks to meditate. And the reason why I'm saying from a standpoint of ignorance is because I don't meditate. I don't really know how long people meditate for. I mean, this album, the songs on this album sort of vary in length. Sort of the shortest track is around 5 minutes. The longest track takes up a whole side and is sort of 20 minutes plus, 23 minutes, something like that. So that is it kind of gives you an idea of what this is for. And I don't think when they put this album together, it was put together with the thought that people would listen to 6 sides of this in one go, and and if that is what they thought, they're absolutely right. I don't think that is what it is for. So it is to be treated differently to your regular pop album, and I think that is the intention of it. Now, the album, as I say, is a triple album, and it is available to stream. I use Quobuzz, and you can stream it. You can stream 5 sides of this 6-side album there, and probably other streaming services as well. You can also use the Luminate app as well, and to stream this. I say 5 sides because side 6 of this album isn't available digitally, and there's a good reason for that, and I'll come to that when we come to discuss side 6. Okay, well, let's get on and talk about the music that is on here. Okay, let's talk about the song titles. Mind, Magic, Space, Seed, Yes, Spirit, Love, Surrender, Peace. These titles are not deliberately trying to be all hippie-ish and cosmic. If you haven't caught on, the titles of the song are all sort of key words in the lyric of the song Mind Game. So that's why all the songs have got this sort of one word title. Now, all the songs, I would say, the if you were trying to put this into a genre, a music genre, I would say they're kind of ambient. So they're very sort of keyboard intensive. Lots of keyboards on here. Most of the songs, it's Ken Asher's keyboard from the original sessions, but there's about 4 tracks where Sean Lennon has added some stuff of his own. Lots of different keyboards. He plays piano, backwards piano, and a whole sort of host of synthesizers. He actually also plays guitar on a couple of tracks, drums and bass on one track as well. I think there's 4 that he's added some added instrumentation, and all these songs are they're very, very atmospheric. And what you'll hear on these songs, or on most of these songs, is little lines from the song Mind Games come in and out. We're playing those mind games together. Love is the answer. Yes is the answer. I want you to make love, not war. I know you've heard it before. These little phrases on each of these songs will, they'll come and they'll go, and then they'll come and they'll go again, and they ebb and they flow. And I say they're kind of, they're drenched in quite a lot of, reverb, and all of these tracks are kind of stretched out and elongated and kind of slowed down, and they kind of really do what it says on the tin. As I say, I'm not one to meditate to them, but they do really relax you if you kind of, empty your mind. You'll turn off your mind, relax, and float upstream if you like. That's what they do. Now, the one track called Yes, has already been released by the Lennon camp. I think it's on their website, and I would say that this of all the tracks on here is the most accessible track on the album, because it sounds most like a pop song, because rather than getting the odd line of lyrics, you get the whole song, right from we're playing those mind games together to I want you to make love not war. I know you've heard it before. The whole song, the lyric to the whole song is on the track Yes. So that is probably the one that I would say is the most accessible, and that's probably the reason why it was the first of these tracks to be sort of released by the Lennon camp. Now I also want to talk about the vinyl. Now if you play sides 1, 2, 3 and 4, they look really weird on your turntable, and I think it's because the vinyl is so clear that you can kind of see the track bands. If you're playing one side, you can kind of see the track bands on the other side, and it kind of looks like the record it looks like it goes backwards and forwards and speeds up and slows down. Have a look at this, and when I first put the record on the turntable before I'd even dropped the needle, I I thought there was something wrong with the turntable. I had to check my belt to check that it wasn't slipping, and of course it wasn't. But I think that is the reason. Now, when we get to side 6, I'll show you the vinyl for side 6. I mean, when they said clear vinyl, they weren't kidding, were they? They weren't kidding, especially the sort of that dead wax in the middle. It is absolutely see-through, and you can kind of see the track bands on there. Now, side 6 is 9. Obviously, there's going to be 9 different mantras. They're just called mantra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what is weird about this, I've never seen this on a record before, is that they're kind of on a never-ending loop, and that is kind of indicated on the sleeve. I don't know if you can see this or not, but if I show you the sleeve, you can kind of see this little symbol here, which is looks like two reels of tape, I suppose. And so they kind of go on, and I suppose the nearest thing that you can kind of compare it with is maybe the run out groove to Sergeant Pepper, where that just goes on and on and on, and it never ends until you lift the needle. It never fades out. And these are the same. So what you have to do is you choose a mantra, and you can let it play for as long as you like, I suppose. But it's just a snippet of music, and you listen to it as long as you want to, and then you just lift up the stylus and move it on. And how I think it works is, I think the actual track band is the bit that you play. That's the bit that holds the music, because if you put your stylus down on the the bit that you would normally think is the actual track, that where the actual music is, your stylus sort of skims along that bit and goes to the next track band and plays it. Now the various things that are on these mantras, so you've got mantra 1 is this like funky bass and drums, Gordon Edwards and Jim Keltner, which sounds really great actually. Mantra 2 is just Gordon Edwards on bass. Mantra 3 is the something different vocal group. Mantra 4 is Dave Spinoza's guitar. Mantra 5 is Ken Asher's organ. Mantra 6 is John's vocal with something different. Mantra 7 is something different, and so is Mantra 8. Mantra 8 is just something different, doing that little bit from Bring On the Lucy, where it just goes do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. That bit like that. Let's hope there's no Judas Priest fans listening. And you might have to Google that if you don't remember that story from the 90s. And track 9 is just that bit at the beginning of the track, You Are Here, where John goes 9, and it's just that. And obviously it just goes over and over, so you just get 9, 9, 9, like that. So that is what the mantras are. But I've never seen that, on an album before, apart from, I suppose, on Sgt. Pepper, the Runoff Groove. So I think the reason that you won't find side 6, the mantras, available on download and streaming platforms is because they can't replicate a never-ending looped track on a digitally. You've got to end it the file has got to end somewhere. I guess they could have whittled it down to 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something like that, but I think that kind of defeats the object of a mantra. So you won't find side 6 on any of the downloading or streaming services. The record itself, I think that the actual package is superb. Really, really well done. A lot of thought gone into it and make it a little bit different to the Mind Games vinyl. So a lot of thought has gone into it. The record has been pressed at the Optimal Records plant in Germany, which normally is a sign of a good quality pressing, and from the one that I've got, I can definitely confirm that is what this is. The vinyl looks absolutely superb. It's flat as a pancake, it's very quiet, and it sounds phenomenal. But at the end of the day, I totally get that this album is not going to be for everyone. And I think the John Lennon estate also understand that this record is not going to be for everyone. It is here to serve a purpose, and that purpose is to benefit your mental health, whether it be to help you with your meditation if that's what you do, or you want to learn how to do it, or if you just want to just kick back and help something to help you to listen to and help you relax. And I think that I think it's to be commended that Sean Lennon has put together these meditation mixes for that purpose, to benefit people's mental health. That is a good thing. But just remember that this album is completely different to anything else you've got in your collection. It's not a pop album. It can't be compared with other pop albums by John Lennon or any other pop album that you might have in your collection. This is something that is different and is very, very unique. So just try and remember that if you are trying to make that decision. I know lots of you told me down in the comments on the unboxing video that you were undecided about that, so I hope by watching this video review that's helped you make your mind up. Now the album, it comes out on the 11th of October. The price of this album, it's remember, it's a triple album, 3 LPs on ultra clear vinyl. It is £80 in the UK, $85 in the US. The price point is about right, because I mean here in the UK we're looking at about 35 quid for a single single coloured vinyl album. But like I say, you can't really compare this with a regular album, but the price point is roughly about right, I think, but it's not an amount to be sniffed at. So you have to be fairly sure that you want to get this before you take the plunge, for sure. Anyway, that's pretty much all I can tell you about this album. If you're getting this, tell me what you think down in the comments. You know, I love to read your comments. I will respond to all your comments, and that is pretty much it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye bye.